history. And RJ, you from LA, you know a lot about the Lakers. This kind of goes to my last question for you. In your opinion, like who is the greatest player to ever play for the Lakers and why?
Um, it depends on who you ask. I feel if you get guys from my era, and we watched Kobe,
Yeah,
but in that we also watched Shaq, and Shaq won three Finals MVPs for the Lakers, averaging almost 36 and 15, or having 37 and 17. I mean, you'll never see a guy like Shaq ever again. You ask the older generation and you ask the senior sages, they'll say Magic and Cap.
right.
Kareem was a guy that helped the Lakers win championships. Magic came in as a guy, coming out of Michigan State, and helped the Lakers win a championship in his first year playing center
Yeah,
when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was out against the 76ers and he had to jump center.
right.
So there's a lot of guys there. For me personally, if I could speak for me personally,
Yeah,
um, Kobe Bryant is my guy to be the greatest Laker to ever don that uniform. Reason being, I watched this guy night in and night out.
yeah,
And here was a guy in Kobe Bryant that was going to give you everything that he had on the court every single day. And you had to respect it, whether you were a Lakers fan or whether you were a fan of the visiting team, whether you be here in Houston or somewhere like Boston
yeah,
or Phoenix, wherever. You had to respect what this guy did night in and night out. There was, if Michael Jordan's the original, Kobe Bryant's definitely the remix. But what he was able to do for that Los Angeles Lakers organization and help that team win five more titles. Granted, three of them were with Shaq, and he said that he didn't want to have that conversation that he couldn't win one without Shaquille O'Neal. Well, he definitely did win
yeah,
not just one but two without Shaquille O'Neal, and so he lived up to his promise and the challenge that he made for himself to win championships and consecutive championships without Shaq. So what I saw each and every night, and growing up essentially with Kobe Bryant when he came in 1996, and you see him win his first championship in 2000, and then
mm,
he goes 2001, 2002, and then you have those down years with Kobe once Shaq leaves and goes to Miami.
yeah,
Then he goes 08, 09, 2010, going to three straight finals and wins two out of three there with Pau Gasol. A lot of great Lakers, though. A lot of great Lakers.
yeah,
He's definitely in the top five, but as far as I'm concerned, he's definitely my GOAT, and he's the GOAT Laker for me.
yeah. I definitely agree with that as well. James, who do you think?
Kobe was the first one to come to my mind. But I was thinking so you have Magic Johnson, obviously, and then yeah, Magic and Kobe and Shaq. Actually, I didn't even think about Shaquille O'Neal. So
Right.
that's another thing, and that got me thinking about the different eras of the Lakers. So since the 70s, they've been a great team, right? I mean, have they ever been kind of on the lower rankings of the league for an
Oh,
extended period of time?
absolutely. So those years, let's see, 2005, 2006, 2007, were definitely tough years for the LA Lakers, and I think it really um, it challenged Kobe, and Kobe's admitted that to
Yeah.
where he felt that he was a great player in his own right, but he didn't have any help. Of course, he had guys
Right.
like Lamar Odom and things like that, but you're also putting pieces around him such as Smush Parker, Jermaine Jones, Kwame Brown. And he thought maybe he needed to go to another team. He also thought about that in 2004 when the Lakers went to the NBA Finals and lost to Detroit. Just felt that it was time for him to probably go elsewhere. And he said that he had signed off on a deal to go to Chicago. He was prepared to go to Chicago and join the Bulls. And then there was, I think, a trade in place in 2007 where he was going to go to the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
There was also thoughts that Jerry West just mentioned that he was going to leave LA and go to Memphis. There were also talks he was going to go to the Clippers.
Right.
So there were a lot of times in those down years with Kobe where I think he wanted to compete for titles, and I also think he wanted to, like he said, he wanted to find out if he could win one without Shaquille O'Neal, who was a dominant force at that time. But for himself, he felt that Phil Jackson and Shaq were saying Kobe's a great player, but if you take away a dominant force like Shaquille O'Neal and you take away a great coach like Phil Jackson,
Yeah.
what is Kobe? And Kobe was able to figure it out. Phil comes back, I believe, in 2006 or 2007, comes back, helps Kobe win 2 more titles, takes him to 3 more finals. So yeah, there were years where the Lakers were getting into the finals as an 8 seed or a 7 seed, and I believe in 2005 they didn't make the playoffs at all. So
Right.
um, you forget those years as a Lakers fan. At least you try to, but yeah, there were a couple down years there in LA for the Lakers. Also in the 90s as well, once Magic had left, and unfortunately because of him having HIV, and he left, and the Lakers were trying to figure it out all over again. But you go to
Yeah.
96, and who do you get? The star of all stars. In 1996, you get Shaquille O'Neal.
Neil. Right.
When it comes to the Lakers, and you draft this young guy by the name of Kobe Bryant, and they win you 3 titles. And then you had down years again where you traded such a big piece like Shaq, and now you don't have those pieces that can win a championship, and you lose a Hall of Fame head coach. But he came back, and the Lakers were able to win 2 more. So yeah, some down years there, but they were able to turn around. And then in 2000, in those 2010s, when Kobe tore his Achilles, and Kobe tore his rotator cuff, many people remember the Chris Kaman and Steve Nash years, where
Yeah.
the Luol Deng and Timothy Mozgov years. So yeah, a lot of downtime there for the Lakers, but they're always trying to figure it out. As us Lakers fans like to say, we don't rebuild, we reload.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just trying to do that after when LeBron James leaves and Anthony Davis may depart, we may have some down years again, but
Yeah.
hopefully it won't be for long. So we got to enjoy it while we can as Lakers fans.